gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Driving Perilously, the show in which we're not driving perilously, but we are driving and talking about what it is that's going on. So it's the last weekend of our show, Grease, and it's been sold out. I think, well, let's see, we've had 4 shows a weekend. I think it's been sold out 13 shows maybe, and almost sold out the other shows. Not sure. I was thinking about it last night after the show. Sometimes there's just a tremendous amount of adulation that goes along with acting. And it's ridiculous, you know. It's not related to your ability or your performance. Just sometimes people are going to love it and sometimes people are going to hate it, but they're probably not going to tell you. And sometimes people just enjoy it or just there. But their expression, my point is their expression doesn't match their feelings. They're acting too. You know, if they run into you, then they feel like they have to say you did a good job. And we're all doing that in our lives. You know, sometimes we do run up to people or deliberately send them a note, give them a compliment. But most of the time, if you happen to see them, then you say, "Oh, your hair looks nice," just because you want something fun to say, something good, polite to say. So last night, nobody came up to me and told me I was the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm thinking, you know, other times people are telling me, "Oh, the way you opened that window was so," I'm like, So a lot of times in a show, you know, you're doing something that anybody can do. And it just happens to be funny because of its placement. And it has nothing to do with me, my comedic genius or anything. It's just I'm doing something that is funny, but not something that takes effort on my part or talent or anything. Just it's a funny moment in the show. And people just, you know, respond to that because it was a good script or is a good visual gag or whatever. So that's that. That's what acting is. And that's one of the reasons why we go up and down in our emotions in real life too, is because, you know, someone has given us that feedback or has not given us that feedback, and we take it personally, and it's not always personal. I wonder if it's an AA saying, but I hear the saying, "It's none of your business how other people feel about you." That's an interesting one because an actor is always trying to get people to feel a certain way. I think of one of the most successful actors in the world, Dolly Parton. You know, she's got the world convinced that she's an angel, even though she doesn't say, you know, she doesn't say everyone should worship me, I'm an angel, but people do. They just think she's like the best person that's ever lived, and maybe she is, I don't know. But my point is, even she, who plays herself and who's played movies and acted and written and so forth, one of the most successful cross genres and everything, iconic, everything like that. She sings a song that she wrote a long time ago about a little kid with a doll, and I think she dies at the end. The little girl dies at the end, and Dolly has a little girl voice that she does, and she's standing in front of the thousands of people in a live concert, and she's surprised that they're laughing. because she was trying to write the most pathetic, sad song that she could, and expected the audience to be in tears because it's the death of a little girl. I think that's what the song is about. And instead, people are laughing. But when you think about all the false notes that a person can hit in a 50-year career or a 60-year career, boy, she has not hit many at all. Her first single came out in 1959, I'm pretty sure. And here it is, 2023, and she, has never been more famous. Anyway, so that's just a little of the intersection between acting and real life and people saying what they mean. My thesis these days is that people don't say what they mean. People don't mean what they say. People don't do what they say they're going to do. And it's disheartening. There's a system at work or in a play or wherever, somebody's supposed to do this at a certain time in this certain way, and then they never do more. They always fall short, they do less, and then they train the next person, and that person does even less, and they train the next person, that person does even less, and so forth. So it's pretty pessimistic outlook to have this day on a rainy Saturday of our last weekend of our show. I also had an audition last week and a callback last week. Haven't heard about that yet. I think the gentleman's waiting for tomorrow to be over, because it's much easier to tell people they didn't get a part by email and then not have to see them for a little while. So he's going to see us today and tomorrow. And I have an audition coming up next Sunday in Naples. Never auditioned in Naples before. Never performed at Del Rey before this show. So we'll see where that leads. I guess that's it for this video. It's been storming here and raining a lot and just kind of hurricane-ish weather. The hurricane didn't come here, but it is that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll catch you on the next one. Everybody's doing well. This is the second day of September, year of our Lord 2023.